So good it hurts, I don't want it. I gotta have it, uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it, no, I love it. I don't like it, no, I love it. All out, turn the beat up. Hey now, I'm glad to meet ya. Turn up, girl, blow the speaker. Yeah, think about it now, blow the speaker. I'll speak louder, let's get wild tonight. Billionaire bottles, we just down. I'm like, ain't no problem, all my roads are right. Alright, alright. I don't like it, I love it.
Hi everyone. How are we this evening? Hasn't this been an amazing conference so far? The best of the best. I want to start with the gratitude. I'm truly grateful for Lonnie and David. You are incredible businessmen whom I trust 100%. This is not easy for me to trust anyone, and especially in business, but I trust you both. I respect you, and I'm proud to belong to Nucerity. Melissa, you are an incredible woman, and I totally look up to you. Thank you for everything you do to Australia Nucerity. Thank you for everyone in corporate. Elena, I love you. Thank you for medical board. Thank you for all the diamonds, gems, and their teams, and all the teams. Thank you for all the uplines, sidelines, crosslines, skylines. Thank you for every single one of you. And welcome TLC to our family. My message tonight is how important it is to be involved in business and in life. But first, I would like to share my personal story. I noticed that about half of the people here are very new and they may have not heard my story. I was born in Finland, in a famous family. I started my very first business when I was 17 years old. It was a hairdressing salon. I have always loved the business world. My parents did not lend me the money to get started, so I got my money from my husband's parents. Yes, I got married very young. I paid that loan in 1 year. I was voted #1 hairdresser in Finland at the time, and my business was successful. I was too young to appreciate it. I then started traveling to Europe, and I became the 10th best hairdresser in whole Europe. Somewhere along the way, my husband and I grew apart, and we separated after 5 years of marriage. Our goals were very different. I wanted to travel and explore the world, and he wanted to settle and start a family. I came to Australia not knowing any English language. I opened my own hair salon again, this time in Centrepoint in Sydney, which I had it for 19 years. This was an achievement in itself to keep the business going for that long, when average business changed hands every 3 years in the middle of the Sydney. To run business without understanding language was not an easy task. A lot of people took advantage of my lack of language. I'm self-taught in English, and I still get insecure occasionally because the language issues. See, I translate everything, every thought in my mind, and I don't have no filter between my thoughts and what I say. So it gets sometimes interesting, say at least. I continued competing in hairdressing in Sydney, and I was voted second best hairdresser in Australia at the time. I now had a new life partner, and life was good. But then a tragic happened, and my fiancé passed away 3 days before our wedding day. I got clinically depressed, and I lost everything in the process. Then this took me to path to spirituality and deep self-discovery journey. I took 2 years off from the world, and I started doing meditation in a Buddhist temple. I even thought at the time that I was going to become a Buddhist nun. After 2 years, I decided that this path was not for me, and I realized later that this was a journey I had chosen because I was grieving. After coming to the normal world, I started studying medical herbalism. I really wanted to understand why my fiancé passed away so suddenly. Well, I don't do anything halfway, so this study took me over 3 years to finish. I experienced a lot of tears and heartaches because the language difficulties, trying to understand and study the material, those Latin names of the plants and so on, but eventually I did qualify. See, I never quit. After qualification, I found myself in a huge credit card debt. I then decided to become makeup artist for film and TV industry. I heard that they pay well, and I needed to pay my credit card debt fast. 2 years later, for my surprise, I was voted #1 makeup artist in Sydney in makeup competition created by makeup industry. After 2 years into my career, I started getting very, very busy, and I was busy ever since while I was doing makeup. I worked anything from 60 hours a week and beyond. It took me 4 years to pay the debt. It was not happy time, and grieving was never far away from me. I remember the day like yesterday when I had paid all my debt and I was worth it, 0. Then I decided that I wanted to own my home again. See, I had lost everything while being clinically depressed. With this mortgage that I had, I needed to work really hard, which I did many years because I had calculated that I would be 80 years old before I had paid my mortgage. I was exhausted at the end of the days, and I stopped socializing altogether. No hope in sight. How could I possibly change my life for better? Heading now towards that end of the life that I started thinking how to look after myself in retirement, and how on earth will I look after myself in many years to come. Being a freelance makeup artist, I realized that this one was not a real business. Once I stopped working, I had no money coming in. I was alone in this world. My parents and siblings had passed away. I was truly on my own. I had to rely on myself 100%. In my desperate and hopelessness, I thought that there has to be more to life than this. There has to be, I kept saying. I knew that my days were numbered in makeup artistry career because I had overdone it. My body was telling me signs that I needed to change profession, though I was at the peak of success in my industry. I heard from someone that if I could get into anti-aging business, I would never be without work. But I didn't know how to get started. With these thoughts, it led me to hear about Skincerity. The moment I hold the Skincerity bottle in my hand, something really amazing happened to me. I felt this jolt in my gut, and hope rushed through my veins. It was the most incredible experience that I never forget it. Everything in my mind was saying it, no, I do not want to do network marketing, and I do not sell skincare. But little I knew that Nucerity was going to be my next path and my last career path. I then decided to put my whole life on hold, and I decided that at least next 2 years I will do Nucerity. It was not easy. I went through a lot of obstacles and personal growth, but I never gave up. Now when I look at my life, it was truly blessing from the sky. It was the biggest gift I had ever received. I am so super grateful for Lonnie and David. I always felt that Nucerity was where I belong. I have ever since worked tirelessly and 100% involvement to this business. Who were last year in Sydney conference? Can you put your hands up? Wow, that's great. So those you probably remember in my last Sydney conference. Do you remember when I announced that I will be pink diamond, black diamond, crown diamond? I gave myself a couple years to do this goal. Also, it's just something about announcing your goals loud to the world. I really believe in it. It's also, it really is true when you say that when you walk towards the goal, eventually the goal starts walking towards you. And this is what happened to me. I was a pink diamond in the morning and black diamond at night, and a week later I was a crown diamond. I have worked incredibly hard for the last 4.5 years in Nucerity, and it has paid off. I have lost count how many times people have said to me that you work too hard. But I had my goals, and I was determined to achieve them in the shortest possible time. So I went for it hard and fast. Success truly loves speed. But this crown diamond rank is not just for me. It is for all of us. I could not have achieved this without you all and all of your hard work, dedication, and commitment. Each leader and their teams have truly excelled themselves. This business is copy and paste. This is what duplication is all about. This is how most of us started at some point, copy and paste, and then we add our own flavor to it once we have learned it well. I often talk about being laser-focused and avoid distractions. Are you sometimes feeling out of focus on life? Are you finding it hard to concentrate and avoid distractions? What if I say that don't try to focus, but just get involved? You know, like a moviegoer captivated by the screen, anything in life can become fascinated simply by one's involvement. For example, when we are watching a movie, it is only a play of two-dimensional light and sound, nothing so significant. But when we are really watching it, it becomes larger than life, when we really get involved with it. People, things, goals, work becomes fantastic when you get involved. Do not try to concentrate. Do not try to focus. If you bring involvement, something becomes fantastic in your experience. The focus and concentration are consequences of involvement. Everything comes down to involvement and awareness. Without involvement, there is no experience in life, no depth. If we avoid involvement, we are avoiding life itself. Can you see how every diamond who was speaking here is fully involved with their teams, with life, with everything? It comes across in their speeches, mannerism, and in action. People ask me, what is there for me now after Crown Diamond? Will I still continue working? Yes, because I'm not planning to take my knitting skills out yet. I will still work, but now I will do it because I choose to, not because I have to, and this is a huge difference. How could I not get involved with Nucerity? They have just partnered with TLC. This is the most exciting times ahead, and I want to be part of excitement. We are all rising. I don't want to be left out and knitting all day at home and become bored with my life. I want to be where the action and the success is, and I want to experience more crazy fun that we are about to have. I like to be involved in business and see others to succeed. This gives me the most pleasure in my life. I want to be where action is. This keeps me young, and I want to experience more of the crazy fun that we are about to have. You have heard from all the speakers, David, Lonnie, all the Diamonds speeches, and they are all saying, what are you waiting for? Take action and get involved. This has been a common theme this weekend. So let's have a courage to get involved. Thank you.
This shit that ice cold, Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them